Sterad. All right, so how long does the Sterad cycle take?
There's two cycles. We have a standard and an advanced. The advanced is just a little bit longer cycle, but we usually the only one we use is standard.
Standard?
Yes, it's 28 minutes.
28 minutes. Why would you need the advanced?
The advanced, if it's just a little bit of a heavier load and stuff.
Oh, or if you have more scope.
If you have more scope and
Okay.
stuff.
So typically standard.
Yeah, our Sterad is really small.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we can't really fit much in there anyways.
How many scopes and cameras, approximately?
Camera, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
8 cameras and scopes on
Yeah,
average.
and if we overload it, the chances of it aborting are pretty high.
And so what's the total time on the standard?
On the standard, 28 minutes.
28. How about the advanced?
38 minutes.
38
10
minutes
more.
Yeah, and so how many times do you run that advanced? Just typically half and half? Versus standard?
No, we usually just run standard.
Standard all the time. So
mostly
28
standard.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then so how often do you have to get the Sterad service?
Every 6 months.
6 months.
Every 6 months for the PMs.
PM, preventative maintenance.
Yes, perimeter maintenance.
And then so you have to get a contract with the vendor.
Yes, with the vendors, and if another company comes in and tries to fix it because they can't come in, but we need it quick, the contract can get terminated by them, and they will never touch this machine ever again.
Oh, so it has to be
It has to only
specific.
be with them.
So like a union type stuff.
Yes.
Mafia stuff.
Pretty.
No, just kidding. All right, so, and that's, I don't know the price on that. We can get prices on that. And then plus, how about supplies? What do we use to run it?
We have cassettes. We use cassettes. We have biologicals.
And then the process of sterilization is hydrogen peroxide? How does that work?
Yes, it's hydrogen peroxide, which is contained in this, which it has little tubes if you see it.
And it emits inside the machine.
Yeah, look, it has the tube right there.
Uh-huh.
So then it kind of like injects in the tubes, and then once it goes in, it goes into the
Sterilize that process.
Yep.
And so the prices on that, I don't have prices on that, but I guess I could get you prices on the supplies.
Yes, because
that's a cost.
yes, all of this is a cost,
Yeah.
and then the specific tape.
And specific pill pouches. Which ones are the pill pouches?
What is this? They're tight.
They have to be Tyvek. So I'm guessing it's a little bit more than regular sterilization.
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
because this ones, if you put them in the sterilizer, they shrink.
Oh.
They pretty much melt.
Not meant for steam sterilization.
No, they're not meant for steam sterilization.
So yeah, I'm sure it costs a little bit more.
Yes, it does. They're a little bit
And then
more
so
expensive.
every now and then we have to send out a scope because it's chipped or cracked. Like this one is chipped. Well, yeah, right. Distal tip chip or something.
This one has a scratch on the lens right here in the front.
That cannot be polished. So now we have to send it out, and on average, 2 scopes a month get sent out at approximately $1,600 a scope. Correct?
Yes.
And then they do a return exchange, so you don't get the same scope.
You get a refurbished one.
Yeah, so it's basically you send it in, they send you out a different one.
Yeah, they don't send you a new one.
Yeah, so it's used.
It's a used one, refurbished.
Yeah.
They don't send you out a new one.
All right, so after washing the scope and camera, they have to take the scope over here and air dry it. And that's for if you want the scope to be sterilized quick, right? Right, so why do you air dry the scope?
Well, it's a better process because if you put it into the Sterad, it will abort if it's still wet.
And that's all Sterads or just ours?
Just all Sterad. Everything that
Sterad.
goes into the Sterad. Batteries, cameras.
Cannot
stoves.
have 1 ounce of water.
No, it's going to abort.
And then so if this is a quick process, but if you have time, what do?
We put them inside the autoclave to dry.
For how much time will that take?
Probably like 10 minutes.
10 minutes to dry the scope completely.
Yeah, dry completely, because you gotta remember, like this, it has hidden,
Crevices.
Yeah, so if it's not dried in here, even if you just put it for like 2-3 minutes, when you go to the Sterad, the chances of it aborting is gonna be pretty high.
High. And that's all Sterads again.
Yeah, everything that goes into the Sterad.
So manufacturer's recommendations on Sterads is to sterilize instruments that are not wet, no ounce of water. Okay, thank you. All right. Why doesn't the blue one go in there dry?
Huh?
Why doesn't it go in there?
Because it just goes. It doesn't go into the Sterad.
Oh, okay.
It's almost capable.
Yeah.
So when you put these, you got an article that says you see how it's heavily wet.
Yeah.
We gotta at
Very
least
wet.
give it a good 10 minutes because like crevices like these.
Yeah.
If you look in here, it's very wet.
Yeah.
So all of that has to come out super dry. And in here, give it about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But we don't turn it on.
No, it's just,
You just-
all we're using
the heat.
is the heat.
I wonder what the temperature in there. I don't think it matters, but it's pretty hot.
It does, but
120 degrees, but you don't turn on.
more.
Yeah.
Because remember, if it goes up, if we sterilize it, it gets to 270.
Yeah.
It's 166.
Right now in there.
Yeah, and it's probably stay like that. It won't
Yeah.
go up or down unless you run the loop.
Yeah. So we don't run it. We just put it in there for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, depending. If you dry it on the other side with the air dryer, it'll come out a little bit
Quicker.
drier.
Uh-huh.
It'll be quicker, so you can probably just give it 5 minutes.
Yeah. This is our water softener that we need. Need soft water, salt water, so we don't get hard water spots for the scope. Okay, go ahead. Because it has to go on a timer. Yeah, like we're timing it. So I'll set up a timer later, and I'll take the audio off.
But it sets up differently.
No, I know. It'll get like an average time. And then obviously more experienced techs take less time, right?
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the veil for us?
Oh. I'm going there.
I'll reach out to Jeff, but I can try to call her and talk about a couple of things.
And anyone else that you think.
That's good because it shows like, stuff can get damaged,
Around the world, I would
inadvertently.
definitely,
And then go walk it over there.
find out. But
Thank you. And this will just get a timer, no audio. This is just me doing timer. This is scope, yeah.
Oh, you need the.
Not the remote, just this scope. The scope and the light cord. That is the scope. Yeah, scope, remote, and light cord. And then it's okay for the scope to be submerged, or the camera, right?
Yeah, because we went into the aeroplane. The back of the aeroplane.
They're sealed, yeah.
Yeah, it's sealed, so. Like, you don't want to leave it in there for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, because obviously if you aeroplane in there, it's getting wet inside there.
And then the light cord. Can you just do the light cord?
You like, oh,
Yeah, because that would be off the time. The remote's different. Sorry about that, George.
that's all right.
What's up, Crystal? So I would say it's like
10 minutes,
2
5 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes of washing, right?
Yeah.
Approximately.
Like, remember, that's only because, you're concentrating on this particular,
Yeah. Just the scope, the camera, and light cord.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like 2 minutes. 147. No, you're not done yet. 150. All right, perfect. And then, all right. Why doesn't the blue one go in the dry?
Huh?
Why doesn't it go in there?
Because it just goes, it doesn't go into the Sterad.
Oh, okay.
It's always capable.
Yeah.
So when you see it's on the autoclave, that says, you see how it's heavily wet?
Yeah.
We gotta at
Very
least
wet.
give it a good 10 minutes because like crevices like these,
Yeah.
if you look in here, it's very wet.
Yeah.
So all of that has to come out super dry. And in here, give it about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But we don't turn it on.
No, it's just,
You just-
all we're using
the heat.
is the heat.
I wonder what the temperature in there. I don't think it matters, but it's pretty hot.
It does, but
120 degrees, but you don't turn on.
more.
Yeah.
Because remember, if it goes up, if we sterilize it, it gets to 270.
Yeah.
It's 166.
Right now in there.
Yeah, and it's probably stay like that. It won't
Yeah.
go up or down unless you run the loop.
Yeah. So we don't run it. We just put it in there
Yeah.
for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, depending. If you dry it on the other side with the air dryer, it'll come out a little bit
Quicker.
drier. It'll be quicker, so you can probably just give it 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on, rookie. So we're gonna take it out. Obviously, it's a little bit too hot.
Now it's at 166 degrees, so it's
Nope.
really hot.
It's really hot, so we're just gonna let it cool down for about 8-10 minutes, and then they're good to be back.
10 minutes of dry time, not dry, but cool down time.
Cool down time.
10 minutes. So let it sit for 10 minutes.
And for the Sterad, we use a different.
All right, so not steam. So that's another.
That's another cost.
Yeah. Steam indicator, not steam, but Sterad indicator.
Yeah. And then this paper is more expensive because this is the double ply.
Double ply. So I guess we have to see if I can get Angel Orlando and give me some prices. You know? So and this is, you know, you have a lot of experience. So how many years have you been doing this, Rafa?
Going on 6 years already.
6 years. So you can't really rush the wrap process. This is as fast as it can go because it's like, it's got to be done right. And he's got 6 years experience, so he's not, you know, slow, but it's, you know, you can't go faster than that.
No,
It is.
You can rip the paper
Yeah.
with the edges, you know.
Label it.
And the initials.
And then it's ready to go into the Sterad.
Guess what I got? You know what I got?
And it's all single peel pack, right?
This one's single peel pack.
You can't do double.
No, not on these.
I like double because it's just the sterility part of it. It's just better.
Yeah,
But-
with the Tyvek, if you do double on the Sterad,
It
it doesn't sterilize.
It doesn't work. But I just think that a double peel pack is better than single for the sterility purposes. And from what I understand, the Sterad does not completely sterilize a scope like a steam sterilization. What is the difference? Do you know? This is going into instrument tech education. But it's not like a steam sterilization.
No, it's not. It still kills the bacteria.
And the germs and all that.
Yes, it still does.
But it's not as high level as the steam sterilization.
No.
And I guess I would have to look it up to see what the difference is on that. All right. All right. So wrapping a light cord. What's the deal with this? Why do you have that?
That's just another layer of protection.
And do you have to buy that?
Yes, this is another piece of here it is, liners.
Wow.
And the reason for this is because the text, you know, some when they're opening, sometimes if it's just the paper by itself, it slips out. So this prevents it from slipping.
Keeps it in the
It
package.
keeps it inside.
All right, so now we'll set the timer.
See, keeps it in there tight. And then this we use single, so we have to use two different papers.
With the new indicator
With the
every
new
time.
indicator. Yes, every time. So instead of doing one paper, they use two because it's cheaper. The other one is more expensive.
Steam sterilization tape, indicators, and then still not done. He still has to label it.
And this one.
And this is steam sterilization, goes in the steam autoclave, so it's different. Hello guys, so in conclusion, the timer does not account for the drive time in the autoclave. They put the scopes and cameras for about 10 minutes and then another 10 minutes to cool them down so the techs can handle them. And of course the sterilization time, so that's 30 on that. And then I would say another 10 minutes to get the scopes to be ready to be wrapped and sterilized. So total time is 60 minutes, 1 hour of manpower to get these scopes back into the OR. So I hope this helps. Feel free to call with any questions, and thanks for your trust.